Today, I'm on a mission to solve a huge and invisible problem. It's that feeling that there's no bigger story you're leaning and pushing towards, and no smaller direction in everyday mundane tasks. When it comes to giving your life a story-like direction, there's a gazillion places to look. So let's ground ourselves in one concrete example. Casey Neistat.
On a plane ticket. Admit to Africa. A rescue and recovery mission.
Part 1. How to give your life the direction of a Casey Neistat vlog. What I want to steal from Casey Neistat's videos is not the biking or the skateboarding or New York City, it's his hidden, deeper structure, and that structure is
the most important thing, the story. But what is a story? Here's a super basic breakdown of a story. You've got a beginning, you've got a middle, you've got an end. Setup, conflict, resolution. Yesterday I left a drone on a rooftop. Today, gonna try and go and reclaim it. Don't touch the building! I got it! Story is what drives any video like this.
This 3-part story structure is totally what I love about Casey's videos, but you don't wake up with clear goals and structures. Quite the opposite. As soon as I wake up, I'm drenched in a whole bunch of impulses and desires and distractions. What I want story to do for my life is to sort of focus and structure all my crazy impulses into clear ideas and goals. So here's a practical example. I have this huge hike that I need to train for, but honestly, when I wake up, I just want to check social media. I never get to train. So what I can do is apply that story structure. I really want to be on the top of this epic mountain. I must get through every single day of training to be ready for that. I'm in shape, I make it, or I'm not in good enough shape and I embarrass myself. Not that that's ever happened to me before. Part 2. Why story structures your life so well. Story isn't just some arbitrary invented structure. Story is mimicking the same structure that is the most familiar thing in the world to us. The birth, pursuit, and resolution of every desire we've ever had. And this is why story structures work so much better than just being self-disciplined. With self-discipline, you are confronted with a desire, and then you basically have to smash it down to stay on task. But with a story, you're confronted with a desire, and story says, amazing, you want that, well let me give you another structure that exactly matches that. A clear setup, a conflict to push through, and a resolution that's desirable to you. And that is what I want to take from Casey Neistat's videos and apply to everything in my life. And this kind of story power can also get me beyond just my own personal goals. Part 3. How to use story structure to clarify complex problems. Big corporations are destroying the environment and stealing all the money that should be rightfully paid to their employee. We prosecute these clear enemies, we tax them, we redistribute that wealth back to the people, and we live in a beautiful world once again. Context. Our country used to be amazing, and now we have weak borders. We're not strong in the world. We don't have politicians who represent us, and we need a new strong leader. To resolution, make America great again. Part 4. The dark side of story. Okay, this is just supposed to be an exploration of Casey Neistat, but as soon as I start to tell stories that are simple and clear to me, I realize that they sound exactly like the stories that fueled some of the most misguided actions today and all throughout history. I can see that the same mechanic is at play. I'm in a complex world that's honestly like overwhelming. And I just need some clear way to move forward and feel confident everything is gonna be okay. Most of us are not telling terrible stories. They're just a few enemies that are creating all of this conflict. And if we can just silence them, then we'll reach a resolution of a beautiful world. You and I need simple stories because our brain can't hold the crazy complexity of the world. But it's also that need that makes us so susceptible to dangerous oversimplifications. Make America great again. In just 4 words, Donald Trump sets up a rich context, clear conflicts and enemies, clear resolution, elect Donald Trump, and once again, we'll be great. In terms of irony, we often responded to the oversimplification of Make America Great Again by simply making Trump bad. Yet another simple story. While I want to use stories to guide my life, stories block out the things I don't want to hear. And honestly, I kind of want that. This kind of makes the reason I liked Casey Neistat sort of depressing. I was so excited about the way stories match our desires, but maybe that's the ugly side, that it lets the world reflect our simplistic, base pursuits of survival. Part 5. Casey Neistat to the rescue. Quote of the video. Woohoo! What a director really directs is the audience's attention. Alexander McKendrick. Maybe there's another way of seeing this? I think I actually see maybe what I really like about Casey, and it's not that he's telling a story. I think it's that he's both directing a story within his life and being the character of that story. I guess what I see in Casey is both the clarity of a story, but also the power and self-discipline to step outside it and to create something beautiful, ultimately for others. We need simplifications to get us through a complex world. But if we are just that, characters in a simplified story, we lose something else that feels really good, which is to step outside of our story. And from there, as directors, we can both direct our attention to the story we want to tell, but also ask, what is the information I'm intentionally omitting that lives between or outside these three parts? What other stories might I tell, or might someone else tell? And ultimately see ourselves, and maybe those who we thought were the conflict, a little bit more clearly, a little bit more generously.